Huh? You guys are waiting for that second clap, weren't you? Thought I'd switch it up a bit, you know? It is time for update sneak peek number 3. Beginning with the gadgets. The very first one is called Dormant Star. The next starfish, which is his super, will stay on the ground if an enemy is not hit, laying dormant until an enemy gets close. And then the second gadget is called Fat Splatter. Otis's next attack shoots a giant ink ball that leaves a puddle, dealing 810 damage over time for 3.8 seconds. Now, I think the first gadget is going to be a little bit less popular, but I really enjoy it. What it does is when you shoot your super, the starfish will lay on the ground kind of transparent, basically turning your super from a shot into a trap. It's pretty dang fun and a little bit of a thinking game here with Otis, which makes him pretty dang fun. Now, another thing to take note about this is you can have 3 of these traps on the map at once if you utilize all 3 of your gadgets. But then the second gadget really reminds me of Barley. It leaves a puddle behind, dealing poison chip damage of 810, which actually racks up quite a lot of damage. But next up, getting straight away into the star powers. The very first star power, and the one that I don't love that much, is called Stencil Glue. Syl, which is his little star friend, mightily squeezes the enemy with all his might, preventing them from attacking for 33% longer. Now, 33% might sound like a lot, but when you're dealing with the duration of 3 seconds on the super, it only gives you an extra second, which definitely can be impactful. That's for dang sure. Taking away someone's abilities for 4 seconds is quite a lot. But then the second star power, and my personal favorite, Ink Refills. Otis now shoots 33% more ink drops, which is his basic attack. Guys, I feel like during any game, no matter the game mode, no matter the map, it's going to be hard to convince me personally to use the first star power over the second, right? No one can argue with flat DPS increase. So without the second star power, you're shooting off 3 different basic attacks, dealing 690 damage each, which is of course 2070 damage per basic attack. Not too shabby. But when utilizing the second star power, you're shooting off an extra shot. So 4 shots every single basic attack, you guys, increasing your basic attack to 2,760 damage potentially if you land all of them. Guys, I gotta say, whenever it comes to builds with star powers, much like Otis, where you have a star power that affects your super, where you're probably going to get your super like at most 4 times a game, and you have another star power that affects your basic attack, the thing that you're going to be using for a large majority of the match, most of the time those star powers are much superior than the super ones. The only time I think, and I think it's incredibly OP, that you would want to use this star power might be in big game. Cutting off the basic attack of the boss for 4 seconds would be brutal, dude. Absolutely brutal, which is another reason why I kind of like Otis. It seems like his nullification ability is pretty dang situational, but on certain brawlers and in certain situations, it is going to be really good. Like shutting down a Mortis or shutting down a boss brawler in big game for a couple seconds. But next up, moving along to, of course, the tier 70 skin, we have Pharaoh Otis. Pharaoh Otis? Pharaoh Otis. Pharaoh Otis. Pharaoh Otis. I think we can all agree this skin is pretty dang awesome. I love the little buddy. I really enjoy how the ink just turns black. It's like really dark and ominous, but that's not the only thing that changes with this skin. He also gets a change to his little buddy. He has like a little scarab that flies out and attaches to people instead of a starfish. I think it's really cool. Next up, moving along to the pins, which I gotta say I'm a huge fan of. I'm really happy with Otis's design. It's just so unique compared to most other brawlers here in this game. I mean, look at the heart. It's adorable. The sweat, he's got confusion eyes going on. The special, oh, it's adorable. I love his little buddy. They're so content. Look at that little star's face. I love it. And then, of course, all the pins that we get along the Brawl Pass, looking really good. But the final thing I want to get straight away into before we hop into some gameplay is, of course, the voice lines, which are really good. But next, hopping straight away into a little bit of gameplay so you guys can see just how Otis might perform once he is released here, and we are getting clapped by bots, guys, once again. Oh my gosh, again! One thing I've noticed about Otis is, yes, they are... Dang, look at those little effects on the power cubes. I'm getting so distracted right now. One thing I've noticed about Otis is he's really good. The nullification ability, it comes in handy in like really tight situations. For example, there are certain brawlers it is much better against, like aggro units when they're really coming in at you, being aggro like an Edgar or a Mortis. But another thing I noticed is it's pretty dang good to get you out of a sticky situation. If, for example, you're in showdown and enemy team has like 10 power cubes, the nullification really comes in handy in those situations as well, when it makes sense, when the damage output from the enemy brawler is just insane, right? Taking that away is much more impactful than like a Piper really far away from you. Am I going to lose to this Janet? Don't! Stop! No! But getting straight away into our next one, let's see if we can pick up a dub. My goodness, these bots are savages. I'm telling you, you guys, the Brawl Stars dev team is making these bots better and better. Slowly, so we just can't notice. No, I don't think so, Lou. They just run away as soon as you hit them with the super. That's one thing about the super that is kind of frustrating, is they could still get away from you. You know what I mean? You land that skill shot super, they could just truck it, get the heck away from you. Next, let's try this out on a little bit of Brawl Ball. One thing I was a little bit disappointed in with this super is that in the fine print, of course, it takes away the ability to attack. So I was hoping that maybe it would like lock people with the Brawl Ball not being able to pass, but unfortunately that is not the case. I thought the cheese potential was there with this dude, but oh well, it's not a huge deal. But in situations like this, you know, the gene pulls you, just use a super, say nuh-uh, ain't gonna happen. Hey, bot 4, good job there, dude. Okay, we hit the Colt. All right, let's hit him with a little gadget. It's dealing good damage, dude. That burn, that poison chip damage is pretty significant. But let's make sure we don't lose these bots, please. They just run in and die, my teammates. Don't! No! Gene! No! Blame that on my stupid bot teammates. But yeah, guys, I feel like this is one of the very first times here in Brawl Stars with a new brawler release that I don't know whether or not they're going to be broken or not. I can't really put my finger on it. It's like the super ability on paper sounds incredible, right? Being able to shut down all abilities. And I think it is really good. And I think his damage output is really good as well. He is labeled a damage dealer. But it's hard for me to say. Some of the most recent brawlers being released here in this game, we could be like, yeah, okay, they're going to be good. That ability is broken. But I'm not sure yet. I feel like when it comes to this character, it's going to take a little bit of time before we can realize or like feel it out whether or not they're going to be crazy, you know what I'm saying? I do like the super gets you out of a lot of sticky situations. Chill out, bull, okay? Chill out. Like this. What you gonna do now, huh? Give me that dub. It's just weird. It's hard for me to put my finger on. But yeah, everyone, I think that's a good stopping point for this video here today. It's safe to say Otis is incredibly unique and super intriguing. I'm really excited to see how he performs in the meta with such unique mechanics, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, everyone, of course, once again, be sure to let me know what you're thinking about this guy. The one thing that I do really enjoy about him is how he shuts down certain brawlers. I don't love that he can shut down Mortis and stuff like that, but he hard locks certain characters in certain situation. A Buzz supers in on you. You just hit him with the super once he lands on you. Can't do nothing. He's screwed. Brawlers that tend to go in a little bit more often, trying to go for like full team wipes, like a Fang or something like that. Just hit him with the super. He's screwed with the entire helping of your team. It's just really interesting. But yeah, guys, hopefully you all enjoyed this video here today. If you did, make sure to slap a like on it. Really appreciate that. Have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day. Keep having fun with Brawl Stars, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Adios and take care.